Hello, everyone. Thank you for being on my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've made a post. I've actually been kind of waiting for that perfect time where I can sit down, with the lighting and at my desk and make like a full-length video without any interruptions from my two puppies. But I do have two dogs under the age of 2. One of them is actually turning 1 in a few days. So I'm gonna just start doing these kind of shorter, standing up near a window type videos. So I just wanted to share a few tips that has helped me in my editing process. I'm in the process of final edits, thank God. I've been working on my manuscript for 4 years. Wow, let me not think about that too much. And some of the things that really helped, because I was done writing my book 2 years ago. I spent the last 2 years editing it. I had no idea what I was doing when I first started writing my novel. I am a lifelong reader. My mother was a librarian. I'm very used to reading books. I had never planned on writing one. So I had a lot to learn. And as I've been editing, some of the things that have helped me, I want to share with you. So one of those things was doing edits with a different font. I personally find Times New Roman very hard to read, especially at length. I have almost 78,000 words I'm editing. That's a lot of words to read in a font that you don't find very comfortable to read. So I'm not going to publish my book in the font or fonts that I use when I edit. I will use traditional publishing fonts, even though I'm self-publishing. But I use the EUP. I don't know how to pronounce that font, but if you scroll down in your font list, you'll see the one that starts with EUP. That is the one I have found to be the easiest to read. You might find something else is easier to read, but personally, looking at page after page of Times New Roman, it exhausts my eye much faster. And these tips, some of them you may have heard before, some of them you may have tried, maybe they've helped, maybe they haven't. So I'm basically going to call these tips take it or leave it tips. If you've never heard of them, definitely take it and at least try it. If they sound interesting, try it. If you've tried it before and it didn't work, maybe try it again. Sometimes you're surprised the second or third time around. And if they just are things you've tried before or just don't sound interesting to you, then leave it. The other thing that can be helpful is changing the font color. I cannot imagine looking at a huge block of Times New Romans. I hope it's still recording. I just said low battery. I cannot imagine going through blocks and blocks and blocks of text, all in black and white with Times New Roman. So I use the dark blue, and I also use the light blue font color. Sometimes I'll use other colors like, purple or whatever it may be. It does help kind of mentally wake you up because, when you look at the same thing, it's kind of like driving down a highway where it's nothing but just trees on both sides and lines down the road. Your mind can almost kind of get like on autopilot, which can help, which can mean missing things like typos and things like that. Where if you're looking at something that's different all of a sudden, a different font, a different color, it's almost like your mind kind of wakes up and pays attention more. So those are 2 really easy ways. What's also helped me, I was going to only make 1 tip at a time, but I'll do 3. What has also helped me is I have a very curated, very small list of music that I only play when I'm going to either write or work on edits. This is the only time this music ever plays. So when I hear it, my mind is automatically like Pavlov's dog. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Basically, a long time ago with the experiment with the guy kind of rang bells right before he would feed dogs. And after a while, the sound of the bell would make the dogs salivate without even any food being around, but they associated that sound with a certain activity. And it's the same thing for the human brain. My brain knows, as soon as that music comes on, we're shifting gears into editing. If you want me to share some of the songs that I've been using, let me know. But I hope these tips are helpful. If they are, let me know. Feel free to pass them on to other people. And I'll be back soon with some more take it or leave it tips.